Hey everyone, and welcome to the recap in day 18 of the Karen Read case. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this was bad. First, starting a Monday off with two DNA analysts interviewed by Lally. That really didn't perk people up. Again, John O'Keefe's hair was on Karen Read's car. Had no blood on it. Couldn't even determine it was John's hair because it could be anyone maternally linked to Peggy O'Keefe. Big nothing burger. Hope the jury didn't take it as proof of anything. But talking about proof of anything, Hank Brennan is either a masterful defense lawyer in disguise who chose to tank the Commonwealth's case while being paid upwards to $300,000 for it, or he's absolutely the worst lawyer ever. Because now we got to the new evidence, the new guy who, according to my good friend Plevin, was the one who is going to ruin everything, because this guy would come in and make sure that the timeline was 100% in order, and he would prove Karen Read hit John O'Keefe with her car. Well, I'm sorry, Plevin. I wish you all the best in the world. So hopefully you can write another book that I can make a stream on that can get me a lot of views. But I used to be a baker. If I went into a bakery and said, "Hey, can I get a job? I know you're looking for someone," he would say basic things like, "Have you gone to baker school?" "Yes, I have." "Do you have your baking certificate?" "Yes, I do." "Okay, can you bring it?" "It's a little blue book where it's a piece of paper saying on that date I got this grade at my exam." I would show that to him, and he would say, "Okay, do you have any references I can call?" And I would say, "I used to work in this, that, and this place." And you can probably reach out to them if you want to. And most times he would say, "Well, you'll have a job or you won't have a job." Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's the background check you did on bakers. Aperture apparently didn't do that much to vet their super expert that they offer to be an expert in courtrooms, because after a redirect that a direct that I can only describe as timid, where Hank was trying to build up some kind of timeline, and I never ever found out when he believes that Karen hit John O'Keefe and why he believed it. It had to do with two different clocks running either 21 or 29 seconds wrong compared to another clock that was this clock. And I don't think anyone kind of understood what he was talking about. But then we got to the assassination. Alessi took this poor man, probably ruined his entire future as a digital forensic expert. Because this guy have had at least 4 CVs out there with different degrees, different timelines for when he got his degree, and in reality, he never even got his degree. Not that you need a degree to be an expert, but you need to not lie about having a degree if you're an expert, because they will use it to discredit you. It's really that simple. We started looking into this guy when people started saying, hey, look at his CV on Reddit the other day. Marissa found his LinkedIn, which Alessi also had, that had a totally different date on it. Thank you, Marissa. That LinkedIn is now gone. He has deleted his LinkedIn since yesterday. I bet you, because he said he got notification every time someone looked at his profile. That was blowing up while he was in court yesterday. This guy tried to claim that when he wrote he had a master's or a BA or whatever it's called, it was a mistake. He was trying to get one. It was AH levels of ridiculousness when I think pledge and donate is the same thing. This guy was probably, at this point, you just kind of want Trooper Paul back, because this guy, we were watching a guy getting demolished. And I know all the antis are coping so hard right now, saying, well, he didn't even talk about his findings. He was just talking about his CV. Yes, because do you know what the most important thing for a jury is? To evaluate if an expert is trustworthy. This guy who lied about his degree, this guy who claims he wrote a report to Brennan and just copy-pasted a header that wouldn't make sense in the first email, because he actually wrote pursuant to our discussion I made, which means they must have had a discussion. No, I was just copy-pasting. So your company is totally fine with you just copy-pasting your work. Well, his company didn't know about it, because remember last week we had this discussion about, did Brennan make a Rule 14 violation by not disclosing his findings on time? Yes, he did. Brennan clearly stated he was surprised when he got his supplemental report on the 8th. This guy said on stand yesterday that he contacted Brennan on the 7th to talk about the report, which means that in any world of fairness, court today should be suspended, and we should have a hearing with Brennan telling us why he lied to Judge Canoni in her courtroom last week. Remember how she was enraged, infuriated when she found out that the defense had paid for the ACA expert to fly up and testify in her courtroom, that she forced them to. We now know that the lead prosecutor in this case lied to the judge about receiving a report. He'll make it up and say, well, I didn't receive the report till the next day. No, but you knew it was coming. You said you were surprised when it came. You claim you didn't order that report. So this expert thought, I'm just going to amend the report, even though I don't really know anything about the case, what's been going on so far, because there's a sequestration order. I was looking at a report for 2 months and then thought, middle of the trial, I'll send a supplementary report. Yeah, I believe that as much as I believe your CV. Hank Brennan lied to Judge Canoni. Judge Canoni should be infuriated, because this is not hiding something about $24,000 paid to a company where you can find, okay, they paid this much because they were in my courtroom testifying. No, this guy lied to her open face because he was trying to not have a voir dire of this expert. He wanted to fly him under the radar, believing that his testimony would be so damning against Karen Read that he would take the hits it would give you. The big problem, this was a really bad expert. He was a really bad communicator. And you have Alessi on the other side. We're going to do cross-examination continued today, and then we're going to have a redirect where he will try to resuscitate whatever credibility he can. He won't be able to do that because this guy flushed his credibility down the drain within the first 20 minutes on Cross. We didn't even get to his findings yet. And I bet you Alessi will also shit that this guy is a massive joke. And all he is putting in is the Welcher is the guy who's going to come tell you how the crash happened. Potentially could be one of the last. I've been thinking about it. How many witnesses can they still have? They have Welcher, the crash reconstructionist, and they have Dr. Wolf, the neuroscientist. Other than that, Hank is running out of witnesses because he's not going to put the McAlberts on the stand. He's not going to put the cops on the stand. So if his most important witness, the one that couldn't go after Dr. Welcher, because all of Dr. Welcher's work is reliant on this guy. You're relying on a guy who lied on his CV. I can't wait for Alessi to start picking his findings apart. This is a sham trial. Brennan should be ashamed of himself, and so should Bev if she doesn't react to this.